It's Monday, May the 15th, 2017, and this is your Barbados Today evening update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, the industrial dispute at Rotherly Construction remained unresolved today following a meeting between management and their bargaining agent, the Barbados Workers' Union, this afternoon. All management will say was that this issue was still unresolved, but the union refused to comment on the matter over new contentious worker contracts. Sources tell Barbados Today that 40% of the workforce had signed the document, while the others didn't. The sources said the union had advised the employees not to sign because the provisions of the contracts were unfair and that they should not return to the jobs. This morning, more than 100 workers protested outside Rotherly Construction in Warrens, expressing dissatisfaction at the management's decision to change their contracts and job descriptions. The local private sector is begging Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair not to impose any new taxes in his May 30th financial statement and budgetary proposals. Chairman of the Barbados Private Sector Association, Charles Herbert, tells Barbados Today citizens should expect austerity measures, including changes to existing taxes, but says he is not in favor of any new levies since this could put already stretched vulnerable groups at further disadvantage.
The key thing we're also hoping for is that the government will use the current mechanisms that it has in its armory, VAT, income tax, and not introduce a new tax or something that requires more administration, because our tax collection agencies are already overburdened and not functioning well. And a new tax always creates all kinds of problems. So we're hoping that whatever he does will be administratively easy to implement. So why put in a new tax? You have existing mechanisms, but don't put in any new administrative mechanisms, because every time you put one in, it's difficult.
A member of the Front Stewart administration is sticking to his guns when it comes to same-sex marriages in Barbados. Minister of the Environment and Drainage, Dr. Dennis Lowe, says there's no way he'll ever vote for same-sex marriages if the matter came to Parliament. The Christchurch East MP was speaking at a Mother's Day event at St. Christopher Primary School, where he honored a number of mothers.
I don't buy into the notion of those who, perhaps because they have not demonstrated in any way, shape, and form the maternal instinct, because perhaps they have not had the joys of nursing and suckling a young child, perhaps because they have not experienced the joys of raising children. I am not about to support any idea that the greatness of the nation is bounded up in any individual who does not regard the importance of motherhood, of family, and of marriage according to the biblical standard. I made a point recently in a local church, that there is an attempt in certain quarters to advance a legislative call for same-sex marriage. And I do not have any intention, within or without the legislator, to support any such notion.
Standards for solar water heaters and a number of energy-related appliances are coming to Barbados. Key to this development will be policymakers, standards, and energy experts who will meet here from Wednesday for a major 3-day workshop on energy standards and policy analysis. The experts and policymakers will be exposed to a policy analysis modeling system designed by the Collaborative Labeling and Appliance Standards Program and the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, which was developed to help local policymakers assess the benefits of standards and labeling programs. Amidst the current challenging economic times, some 300 financial advisors from across the Caribbean will gather in Barbados for a major conference starting Sunday. Experts will also be here from North America for the 4-day annual Congress under the banner of the Barbados Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors and the Caribbean umbrella body. Using the theme, Power of Imagination, the financial officials will seek to chart a new course towards success for the sector. The 13-year-old girl, Terry Ann Kayla Nera of Gollop Road, Brittonsill, St. Michael, who was reported missing on Saturday, has been found and is safe. Police administration has thanked the public and the media for their assistance in this matter. In sports now, 3 West Indian cricketers have moved up the ICC player rankings for test batsmen, while 4 of them have climbed the rankings as test bowlers. All-rounder Ralston Chase's impressive 101 not out in the 3rd and decisive test in Dominica yesterday, which Pakistan won by 101 runs to clinch the series 3-1, pushed him up 21 places to a career-best 20th ranking. Captain Jason Holder is now 54th place after moving up 7 spots, and Shea Hope goes up 4 places to 97th. In the bowling rankings, Holder, Alzari Joseph, Chase, and Devendra Bishu have all climbed the ladder. Meanwhile, West Indies coach Stuart Law has been fined 25% of his match fee for breaching the ICC Code of Conduct during the final day's play in the 3rd test against Pakistan in Dominica yesterday. Law was found to have violated the ICC Code of Conduct for players and player support personnel, which relates to showing dissent at an umpire's decision during an international match.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
When it comes to your family, what do you dream of? Enjoying the sights of Italy, seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time, or experiencing the cuisine of Spain? Courts can make your family dream come true. Shop at Courts for a chance to win a dream cruise for a family of 4. Spend $999 or over at any Court store or online at shopcourts.com. Every $100 gets you a chance to win that cruise to give you more fun time with your family by cruising the Mediterranean, a value of over $20,000. So stop dreaming and start shopping to make your dream come true at Courts, bringing value home.
We're back with news from the region now. The Jamaica government says it's pushing ahead with plans to legalize marijuana. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Winston De La Haye says the Ministry of Health has already taken steps to remove it from that portion of the law which lists it as a criminal and narcotics substance. The ministry has said it intends to launch a public education campaign on medical marijuana later this year, targeting vulnerable groups. Media reports out of Trinidad are suggesting that dancehall artist Bounty Killer stormed off the stage at a music festival Saturday, abandoning fellow headliner Beanie Man mid-performance. According to reports, Bounty, whose real name is Rodney Price, was in the middle of a song-for-song segment with Beanie Man, real name Moses Davis, when he turned and walked off the stage. Bounty later left the Guinness Fully Loaded Music Festival held at the Jean Pierre Complex. The joint appearance by the long-time rivals had been billed as a festival of peace, love, and sound. And on the international scene, a reeling White House has no obvious path out of one of the most intense self-imposed crises in modern political history, as the shockwaves of President Donald Trump's firing of FBI Director James Comey intensify. 6 days on, the administration is dealing with damaging consequences of that decision.
The fallout over President Trump's firing of FBI Director James Comey isn't going away.
I think in many ways our institutions are under assault, both externally, and that's the big news here, is the Russian interference in our election system. And I think as well our institutions are under assault internally.
Internally from the president?
Exactly.
The nation's former intelligence chief, James Clapper, suggesting President Trump is undermining America's democratic system.
The founding fathers, in their genius, created a system of 3 co-equal branches of government and a built-in system of checks and balances. And I feel as though that's that's under assault and is eroding.
Clapper also rejecting the president's repeated use of his Senate testimony to dismiss the Russia investigation.
And that's news and the sports. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as the Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.